And hello to all my friends. I'd like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your free psychic tarot reading for August, the second part, 2023. This is a secondary reading, so the first part of August, early August, is already posted. Today we're doing part 2. This is not just a mid-month update. This is a significant reading because it's 2 full weeks of divination to carry you through the rest of this month in strength and empowered. We're going to be doing every sign. I got all my great people here in one place. Love doing that for you guys here. We're going to be using every single tarot card deck that I have, every single oracle card, angel card deck that I have. Put this all together in a very fast-paced reading. Of course, you guys can jump ahead to yours in the timestamp that is in the description of the YouTube there. It's also broken across the bar there if you want to jump ahead to your reading. But like I said, we're going to be going through this very, very quickly. We have big things coming in September, but first, I want to get you through August. September is when I'm going to be relaunching all of my videos, redone, reimagined, all kinds of new graphics, all kinds of newness everywhere. But first, let's talk about August, guys. And we got big moon cycles in August, the biggest ones of the entire year for 2023. So we got a lot to talk about, guys, today. And I'm actually going to start with your moon cycles first, just to make sure that all the signs get them because they're the same for everybody. Now, the moon cycle here, the first thing that happens, we're in it right now. It happened yesterday, August 16th. I'm recording this on the 17th. Under the new moon energy is going to be still here when you're checking out this reading. Most people check these out very early, so this is the greatest time, guys, to bring anything brand new into your life, manifest it. How do you do that? Well, for some people, you can do it through prayer if that is your thing. Other people like to meditate, focus, and concentrate on the things that you want to bring into your life. It is the best time that there is to do that. We are under a micro new moon. That just means it's small in the sky, but you can still attract new things into your life, and it doesn't matter what it is. You're trying to bring a new love, something new with health, start something new, doesn't matter what it is, start a new job, get a new job. All this stuff, guys, falls under the new moon energy. Now, adversely, we have the biggest full moon of the year, in my opinion, coming August 30th. It is called a blue moon, just like the beer. Actually, the beer is named after that. So, the blue moon is when we have a second full moon in a month. So, August was a huge lunar activity month, and it is also a super full moon, which means it's large in the sky, which means it's very powerful energetically, and this is the greatest time of the whole year, guys, to get stuff out of your life that you don't want. Doesn't matter what it is. Some of you got to get rid of people, bad habits, old clutter, maybe sell something, finish an old project. All this stuff falls under the full moon energy, and it is best placed toward the end of August, guys. That is the best time to get it to catch and to get you moving as we enter September. So now let's get started with your reading. Our first sign up is going to be Leo. Leo kicking us off. I'm right here. I just got a ritual cut it. Both decks, actually, and then we're ready to go. The decks go into thirds and then go back together in a separate order. That satisfies the ritual aspect of tarot. And it's the same procedure for my personal private readings, which are available on scottsagent.com, along with a whole bunch of other great products and services. So we're ready for some Leo, guys. And Leo is kicking us off with a big theme. In fact, we're pretty blocked. I will do a discard, and Spirit wants to keep it blocked. Let's see why, Leo. Leo, the first thing we talk about is how that full moon is going to affect you. It's going to be a major deal here for you guys to get stuff completed, because what they're saying here, a lot of my Leos are needing to complete something here. What is it that you need to complete is the question you should be asking yourself. They basically, Spirit's telling you here, you need to step up. You need to be the leader here. You need to assume a leadership role or take control back over what this is that needs to get done, needs to get complete. In the angel card, it says leadership, and it says it's time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. So you may have to be the front runner of the person who initiates this change or this project getting done or this completion, whatever you're trying to add to your life here as we roll through August, because they show that some of you are having a hard time with this and it is affecting your heart. It is a kind of like a low level of heartbreak. Like maybe this is some kind of completion that you don't want or you're not ready for right now, or maybe the timing's bad or something like that. It's really hard for you to do is what they're showing. But does that mean you should not do it? No, absolutely not, or else Spirit wouldn't bring this up. They're saying they're trying to empower you here to get this completed, whatever it is for you. They also show here my queen. I do want to do a discard just to make sure I'm not talking about a person. We're not. We're talking energetic queen. So we're talking about work, guys. This is a work corner deal, and they want you to nurture something with work. And your work corner is a big place. It's work, business, enterprise, area of study, collegiate courses, retirement, if you're of that age, what you spend your time doing instead, hobbies and interests, and learning new things, college courses, all that stuff. So that whatever you got going on there, under that definition pool, they want you to do more of it late in August. Nurture it, basically like mother it. Do more of it. Yeah, I'm also hearing smother it. You know, mother it and smother it. So really go all in on something with that. Something with work is definitely worth you pursuing late in August. Very good. Let's move on to some Cancer, guys. Cancer coming in hot here, middle to late August. And we have another big theme, so we are continuing the trend here with Cancer. Okay, blockages are good. I do have a person card. I'm going to do a discard, make sure it's not a person. They say no, so we are using energetic definition of my king here. What they want to talk about, Cancer, is it is a time that a lot of you Cancers are experiencing a level of weakness. Weakness. That sounds bad, and maybe it is, but Spirit is basically saying here, we just need to turn this sucker around, because when I have weakness here, all we do is look at it this way, and it's strength. So that's what Spirit is calling for you to do, is they're basically saying maybe a perspective shift, or to very easy to turn a situation around where you feel like, you know, you're not good at this, or you don't want to address this, but if you do, you can flip it around very quickly. They're saying all you got to do is make sure you got the tools. So some of you already do have the ability to take care of this right now, and if you don't, that's what you need to seek out. So for example, if you need to go to court for something, well, you need to do your research. You need to find out what you need for court. Just a silly example, but you understand the energy. So getting the tools, getting the pieces together in order so that you can do great here, turning this into strength. Now they bring in chakra clearing here, so chakra is a big deal here for a lot of my Cancers as we roll through late August here. And it says in the card to call upon Archangel Metatron, the specific angel in the card, to clear and open chakras using sacred geometric shapes. I pay less attention to shapes unless, of course, you have a shape that really means something special to you. Then I would say look out for that late in August. It's Spirit's way of talking to you. But for everybody else, this is more of a spiritual health time. This is a time to address your spiritual health by clearing out your chakras. I do have a guided meditation for the throat, the Vishuddha chakra, on my website, scottsagent.com, as well as on YouTube. It is free. Guided meditation with headphones you can do if it's a communication thing that you're having an issue with. If it's another chakra, you can do other guided meditations, and there's lots of great material on YouTube to check that stuff out and to get your chakras kicking at high gear. They also show here my king that I said is not a person. This is basically taking authority with something with work. So it is very similar to my Leo reading that I did, except they gave Queen, so it's a softer energy. Here they're saying Cancers, you got to be firm. You got to be tough. You got to be a little masculine traits here. So you got to exude force maybe with something with work, business, enterprise, area of study. Maybe even just go after your hobbies and interests. Maybe some of you have kind of put that to the side a little bit here, and now's the time to bring it back up. Now they do show a lot of you Cancers do have a lot of options here, and that is a good thing. Generally speaking, it's good to have options and choices. But when this card comes up, they're reminding us that some of these choices are not good. So if you feel like you have a lot of choices with something that is going on in your life, or maybe a decision you have to make, just be very smart, wise, and calculated in the way that you make that decision. Definitely don't rush it and go through, do your due diligence and figure it out. Now, some of these paths are very good, and that's the joy of this, is like we just got to get you to a good path or a good decision here, and you guys are in great shape there as we enter September. There we go. Next up, guys, is Gemini. Gemini concluding this deck for me. There we go, Gemini. Another big theme. Okay, the first three coming off firing, literally. And an angel card is needed there. Now what they show here for Gemini to start with is my High Priestess card. Lots of different definitions in that card, lots of meanings, but one of them is learning something new or information being provided to you. It's basically an information like a library. So whether this is Spirit's way of saying, hey, you could go back to college, you could go back to learn something new, be accredited, get some certification for something. For others of you, this is the universe opening up the truth to you. You're seeing things very clearly here late in August, and you're seeing the whole picture, and Spirit's basically unraveling this for you so that you can see and make great decisions as a result of it. I do have Beloved One that comes up here. So this is usually a message from the other side of somebody that you care about that's passed away. Maybe has taken this opportunity to say, hey, I'm good, how you doing? It basically says in the card specifically, I'm helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. For some of you, that may mean something very significant. For others of you, I just view this as your beloved one just saying hello. I do have a Messages from Heaven product that I have on my website, scottsagent.com, if that's something that interests you more. It's a connection to this person that is coming in here. Now, the other parts of your reading that I have here, I have some more information. I do have some block that I didn't see before, so I'm going to check those real quick, and they want it that way. So Spirit is saying here in the first part that they want you to basically to look what's right in front of your face. Some of you here, Geminis, have a tendency to kind of look at the big picture, maybe dream a little bit too big, where they want you to kind of reel it back a little bit, look at what's right in front of your face, kind of a more localized energy. The other thing they show here is getting over, for some of you, it may be sickness. Some of you Geminis may have had an actual sickness, a germ, a bug, a virus, something like that, and you're getting better in late August. That's good to see. Others of you, you may have just experienced some level of hard stress or anxiety or some kind of circumstance that is now kind of going away, which is good to see. It's much better to see that energy on its way out than on its way in. So that's what they show there to wrap up some Gemini for August. Next we move into Pisces, and that is a deck change. So I need to purge this deck as we shift into this deck. Here we go. Need to ritual cut it for my great Pisces and the signs that'll follow. And here we go, Pisces, August, middle August, too late, and another big theme. Every single sign so far has got big themes. This is a big reading. Spirit wants you to take this serious. I hope you are. Needs an Angel Oracle card, and I need a discard because I got some blocked. It is not going to change. So the first thing they're talking about here, Pisces, is a major decision. Major decision that they're saying a lot of you have not made yet, and this is Spirit's way of saying, knocking on your door and saying, hey, Pisces, guess what? You got to make this call. You got to make this decision. I don't mean to call necessarily like a phone. Maybe for some of you that it has something to do with that, but for everybody else, this is just a major decision that is, you just got to grab the bull by the horns here. You got to go. You got to make this decision and start putting it into play. Put it into action. It brings up spiritual understanding for my Angel Oracle card. This is Spirit's way of saying here that they're bringing you signs so that you can understand the truths that are happening behind the scenes. It kind of, I call it my Doctor Strange card. If you've ever seen the Marvel movies where he moves things around metaphysically, that's kind of what the angel's doing here in this card. So they're doing things behind the scenes to make you see what this decision is and what decision you need to make toward it, and give you a little strength in doing so. I also have a king here. I'm going to make sure that's not a person. It is not. We're using full energy definitions and major themes for every single sign so far if you're just jumping to this reading. So very congruent reading, I must say. Spirit is making this huge. So the next thing we show here is that there is some knowledge that you guys just don't know, Pisces. There's something to this story that you don't know yet. And that is why they're trying to work behind the scenes for you and get you to see this clearly. So it's going to happen soon. There's no delaying here. This is not a wait and see type of deal. Spirit is working overtime right now to get you this information open, because right now they're saying that this information is locked. You are locked out of this. You are not seeing it clearly, but they're going to help you do that. Next thing we have here is the King of Wands, which is another very similar concept to one of my other signs that I read. Not sure what it was. Maybe perhaps Cancer. We have the King of Wands coming up here. And this is the work message here, but it's a work, very strong masculine message. It's saying you got to be authoritative with your work corner, work, business, enterprise, area of study, collegiate courses, hobbies, interests, learning new things, all that kind of corner stuff really needs the attention here in late August here, Pisces. You need to do it. If you're going for a new job, be authoritative with it. If you got to review with your boss, you got to be firm with your boss. Be truthful and firm. Okay, so that's this masculine, strong energy that they're talking about with work. Hopefully you guys know what to do with that. I've given you enough to make some positive changes there. Next we get into some Sagittarius. Sagittarius is my first non-big theme that I've read, and I guess I'm grateful for that. It makes my job a little bit easier here. Now what we have coming up first, Sagittarius, is to put some attention into the home environment, wherever you are located the most. I would consider your home. That's what they show here. So maybe a project needs to get done within the home. Maybe decisions need to be made within the home, something like that, project and so forth. So that is what needs the attention. It is not coming in good. It's coming in as like, hey, you need to be aware of this and you need to put it into action here. So that's why we're telling you that. The next thing they show here, Sagittarius, is a very simple energy. It's no big deal. Sagittarius, for the most part, besides the home that they're talking about here that needs a little bit of attention, are coming in pretty good. Pretty simple message. So Spirit, in other words, is not really worried about my Sagittarius right now. They think you guys are mostly good without that one message. But I still read this card for you here. And this is just a card about little drama stuff. So anything that you have in your life right now that feels like a big drama, a big burden, Spirit here is saying it is a much less severe than you think it is. Of course, it may not feel that way to you, but Spirit doesn't care. They're just telling you here, this is just little human drama stuff. This is just small little things in the bigger scope, the bigger picture of things. So try not to worry about the little stuff, Sagittarius. It just is a waste of your time. So now we move on to some Libra. Libra coming in hot here, August to late August. And we have, I was going to call it a big theme. It's not really big, though. It's just kind of elongated. First thing we show here is an inaction with money late in August. So this is some kind of money maybe you expected to come in and that is just not here yet. Or this could also be Spirit's way of saying, hey, do not spend money on blank right now, at least not in late August. Maybe September this will change. We'll have to see when we read for that. But that's what they show. One of those two things. Again, I'll repeat that for you. It is either an inaction financially. It could also be health. Pentacles do come up as health sometimes. So they're saying either don't do something with the money or don't do something with your health right now. Or this is basically saying that there is some kind of money or health, something on a delay, on an inaction. So it's not coming right now, but it'll come later, more than likely. The next thing we show here is the Lovers card. So this is two entities or two people or two things working together very closely. Of course, it can be a romantic thing, but it does not have to be. It is more about the two working as one. Okay, so that is the message. I want to kind of leave that one a little vague so you can implement that where Spirit is deciding for that to go. Plus, it's a general reading. And the last thing we show here for Libra as we conclude through your August is that make sure you find time to relax. Make sure this is the vacation energy vibe. Some of you Libras may be going on vacation too. And if not, I would just encourage you to make sure you give yourself at least a day. Give yourself a day off, a relaxation day, maybe a spa day. Go do something nice for yourself that is the complete relaxation energy, feet up in the hammock on the beach type of vibe, okay? So make sure you guys are doing that, and maybe that's to prepare you for a busy September. We won't know until we get there, but that's what we have right now there for my great Libras. And we move into some Capricorn. That deck is expired. I'm going to get rid of it. All right, Capricorn. Actually, this deck's gone too. A lot of angel cards needed there. Big reading so far. Now we get into some Capricorn. Moving into these two decks. Got a ritual, cut them both, because they're being used for the first time. Into thirds they go. Back together in a separate order they go. And we're ready to go. All right, Capricorn. Middle of August to late. Simple theme, but it is blocked. I'm going to do a discard, see if it stays that way. And they say no. This is the first time Spirit is correcting the cards and upwriting this. So Capricorn, we do have a clear read on you after all. And the first thing they want to talk about here is balancing two significant areas of your life. Basically a teeter-totter balance type of energy. And they show that you guys are doing a good job of this. That's the good news. The bad news, I guess, would be that you're going to have to keep doing this balancing act. It's not over yet. Most people, this is your love and family and your work, how you make your money. That's the main thing that gets into balance or disbalance, gets thrown out of whack a little bit here. And that is what they're saying to pay attention to as late August hits. For some people, this can also be health related. For example, if you got a big health concern all of a sudden, of course that is going to take time away from work or take time away from the family or something like that. Same thing with finances. If you had a big financial hit or you just spent a lot of money on like a house or a car or depleted your funds, your savings account or something like that, this is that would be that one hitting the dump now. So now this one's down. Now you got to balance it back up. You got to work on this balancing act. So whatever these two areas of your life are, that's what they want to talk about, Capricorn. And they do bring in love as a priority. They want you to make sure that you're paying a lot of time to your partner if you're in a relationship, your family if you're not, your close friends, anybody close to your heart there. They show my Two of Cups card, so this is a good card just for anybody in the love corner. Even if you're single and you're looking for love, it can be a good omen for that. So good couples card with my Two of Cups there. Nice little message there for my Capricorns. Very good. Let's move on to some Taurus. Taurus is coming in hot here. Second part of August, and we got a big theme. In fact, this was identical to my Leo, at least the first card. So Taurus, very compatible with Leo right now, at least is what you guys are going through, in case that matters to some of you. What they want to talk about first is completion. Something needs to be completed here. Something needs to be wrapped up. Maybe it's a project. Maybe it's something that you've been neglecting that you need to do. Maybe a decision you need to make. I'm not sure what, but the World card represents that completion. It's inverted for me, so it's basically saying something is not complete, at least right now. They want you to work on that. They want you to find peace, and they're saying that here, that you're going to feel so good once this gets done. Whatever this is, this monkey on your back, that's this harbinger that's been hanging on you, once it gets off, you are in great shape. And that is why Spirit is saying, hey, you know what you got to do? You got to cut this tie right now. You got to cut this off. This is my Tower card. This is my quick collapse card. So it's like a breakup, a shakeup, makeup. It's quick energy, quick changing stuff going on. Maybe something here that you're not aware of. Maybe it's something that comes in on its own. outside of you. Maybe it is something that you start and you initiate. That's why I'm telling you both ways here. It is quick energy, and it's for a reason. It's basically you bring the tower down in a demolition so that you can build it up the way you want. Build it over, build it better. The next thing we show here is the Six of Wands. This is my card in this deck that is very much about getting things in order. Getting things in order. Some people are watching over your shoulder. This can also be a good omen toward a small success. It's good energy overall, but it's basically saying, hey, you're getting to work. It's a very organization type of energy, and just also know that other people got their eye on you. Okay, and I don't know if that's like a creepy way or if that's like a good way, like, hey, a boss has got their eye on you for like a promotion, because this can be a work type of deal too, because it's wands. So I want to kind of give it to you both ways as far as like general and attached to work, but this could be you getting organized at work too, or having your boss look over your shoulder, or you're being observed or viewed for a reason. Hopefully it's nothing weird. So there we go. That concludes Taurus right there. Now we get into some Aquarius, guys. Aquarius time. All right. Aquarius, August, late August. Big theme here. And I got a king. I want to see if that's a person. They do say yes. You guys are the first one who are talking about a person in your reading, besides yourselves. And my Oracle Angel card. So the first thing that comes up here is my Chariot card, which is the card about transportation, Aquarius. Transportation, for most people, it's their car. Other people get around on motorcycles, boats, bikes, trains, airplanes. So something about transportation is coming up that they want your awareness on, your attention towards. This can also be, and it's coming in good. I guess I should let you know. So if you've been waiting to do something for the car, it's saying now's a good time. Or whatever transportation you got, now is a good time. It's coming in very good for a reason. And now there's also an energetic definition to this card too. Maybe it has nothing to do with transportation. And if that's the case, Spirit is saying here that the horses are trying to pull apart a little bit, and we need to pull them back together. Another way of saying this is like you're a little bit too scattered. You're a little bit too over here and then over here. And Spirit is saying what you need to do right now here, Aquarius, is focus on one thing. There is one task at hand, and that is the focus. They almost want you a little tunnel visioned towards it. They show that it's time to go. So something needs to be left in the past. And I mean like left in the past, not like kind of left in the past. I mean fully left in the past. So that's going to resonate for some people. So it's time to go. So the Spirit's saying, hey, now is the time. Leave something behind you right now. Let's go, 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 go. So they're kind of pushing you here, Aquarius, to move forward. We also have here purging energy as far as hoardership. Now, this is my hoarder card, and this is a Spirit's way of saying, hey, you need to stop being a hoarder. You need to open this up. So you need to let something go. Spirit said time to go, and then they kind of reiterated it here with my hoarder card, saying it's time to get rid of something maybe. Maybe it's time to sell something. Or maybe this is an energy towards a person. Got to get this person out of here. It's very full moon energy, and I told you guys at the beginning of this reading, the full moon energy is the biggest of the year. So this is the best opportunity, Aquarius, to get these things done. They do bring in a person, a male here. This is a male besides you. Even if you are a male viewing this reading, Aquarius, they're not talking about you. They're talking about somebody else. I don't know why they're talking about somebody else, but they're letting you know that this person is in good shape. So maybe it was something that you've been worried about this person, or, oh, I wonder how he's doing, or I wonder this or that. It's coming in good. So I'm just letting you know that the man that they're talking about that has to do with your late August is checking in okay. So there we go with Aquarius. Now we move into some Aries. Checking my time. I think I'm going to keep going. So Aries is getting a deck change here. Trying to organize myself. We're going to purge this deck and get this one out of the way because it is done. And Aries is going to kick us off for our last little group. I've got a ritual cut at first. Almost forgot that. Can't do that. Into thirds it goes. Back together goes. Here we go. Some Aries. Okay, Aries, an elongated theme. We start here with my Hoarder card on an invert. I just read the Hoarder card for the previous sign, Aquarius, and now Aries is getting it, but the Aries are getting it in a different energy. First of all, this is the weird hoardership card, so they're probably not talking about stuff, and they're actually saying it's good for Aries to be a hoarder. It's good for you to keep it in right now, Aries. Not a good time to spend. I would save right now. Or anything else that you've been thinking about purging or getting rid of. Maybe the full moon energy is less about Aries. Okay, just throwing it out there. Even though that was kind of the theme for those who want to take advantage of it, it may not be for you. It may not be important for you right now. The next thing we show here is the Hermit card, so spending time alone, being guided as well. It can be both of those things. Happening in August, maybe more time alone time than you're used to. Maybe you're going to do something off by yourself. All those things are checking in good. And some of you are being guided or helped or taught toward a direction here. The last thing we show here is two people not seeing eye to eye. just kind of a love relationship in maybe turmoil or not seeing eye to eye, disagreement, fight, small quarrel, something like that. Maybe your relationship partner, maybe somebody else. Anybody close to your heart can come in here. Could be a sibling, could be a son or daughter, could be an aunt and uncle, could be a close friend. But somebody not seeing eye to eye here is what they talk about to wrap up Aries. Now we're going to get into some Virgo. Virgo time. Virgo, an elongated theme, completely blocked. We're going to see if Spirit wants to keep it that way, and they say yes. So why are my Virgos completely blocked? Let's find out. Could be definition-wise, or it could just be, hey, we need to just take it a little easy here in late August, be a little patient. Let's see. First thing they talk about here is emotional maturity. It can also be a card about kids. Kids may be a major factor for Virgos late in August. It's showing on a block here, though, so it's saying something is delayed maybe with the kids, or it's not coming in the way you expected it to, or something like that. This can also be an energy card about saying, hey, you know what? You need to be very mature. And I feel like a lot of you Virgos are here. You got to be the bigger person. Do not stoop to other people's immaturity. Do not let them bring you down. Keep your high road approach. Trust me, it's much smoother up there. I do see that I have a king to end with, so I want to just make sure it's not a person. It's not. We're good. All right. The next thing we show here is the star card. This star is on invert. So here they're saying they want to pay a lot of attention to your free will choices. It's really all about your choices right here, Virgo. If you feel like something is fated or it's meant to be, your destiny to it, here Spirit is saying, not right now, not in August, maybe later that comes into play. But right now, it is all about your choices. Now that is very empowering as long as you put these choices to work. You're making good choices, making good decisions, and you're doing stuff, So it's very empowering as far as it puts the power back in your corner. So free will choices, being guided in that way. Spirit is kind of trusting you here with some stuff. The next thing we show here is the king card is on an invert. So this is where they're saying here that what needs authority the most for my Virgos is actually up here. Everything else is going to be okay. They didn't specify any really corner of your life besides the family, maybe part in the beginning about the immaturity part and the reason to be mature. Here they're saying as Virgos, you got to make sure you get your head right. You got to make sure this head is on straight, tightened up. You are nice, clear, and crisp up here, mentally very sharp, no fuzzy, cloudy stuff, okay? You guys got to work on this. So it's saying, when you read between the lines here, what Spirit is saying is that there is going to be some cloudy stuff up here. You're going to not know how things are going every single day. You need to trust the process, be a little patient, like what we first said before we read the whole reading. Why is this thing blocked? Got to be a little patient here, Virgo, late in August. We're going to see what happens in September because we are entering Virgo season here very, very quickly. So we're going to see how that changes when we do your big reading in September. And my last sign to wrap us up here is Scorpio, my great Scorpios. Coming in hot for August. Got a person to pop up first, and they did confirm person. And then we got a big theme, and okay, so it turned into a little big of a deal here, as it turns out. The first thing I want to talk about is a man here, Scorpio. This is a guy other than you. Even if you are a male Scorpio tuning into this, they are not referring to you because they would have just told me the energy. They brought in another person here, so this is external to you. So what is this guy, and what is he coming up in your spread for here, Scorpio? Well, let's find out. The first thing they show here is actually feminine energy. It's an interesting way to push this, but it makes me feel like this is a very strong message for my females specifically. Males, bear with me because there's going to be an undertone here for you. But for my females, they want you to face this head on. They want you to look at your guy, or at the guy they're referring to. Once you figure out who this is and why this is, they basically are saying you need to see eye to eye here. You need to be on the same page here. You need to kind of they kind of show you living in a mask a little bit here, and you need to kind of like take this thing off and get. I think what Spirit is saying is we need to get the persona out of the way. We need to get the surface level stuff out of the way. We need to get down to the deep nitty gritty stuff here. So it's kind of like a heart to heart. Really open up here between these two people. And the last thing we show here is there is some very tied down energy to my Scorpios here in late August. So there is some stuff here that is binding you, at least up here. It is a very mental card. It is my swords, 10 of swords specifically. So when we have the suit of swords, it is a very mental, cerebral suit. So it may be talking about stuff that is completely in your own head. Maybe it's real, maybe it's not, maybe it's illusionary, maybe you're worried about something in the future that may never come. Okay, so keep all that stuff in mind. And specifically, in this deck that they wanted me to use for you, this card shows that a woman is tied down, but she's blossoming anyway. She's tied down by plants in this deck, and these plants are, even though they're tying her down, are shooting out flowers all over the place above her, like little dandelions. So this is a very empowering card, basically saying, hey, you may feel a little constrained, you may feel a little tight with something as we go through the rest of August here, getting into September, but guess what? You can make it, great things happen regardless. It doesn't matter, you can shine anyway. So that's going to wrap up what has been a very good reading for all my signs. I cannot wait to show you guys all the newness in September. But until we get there, that's why I deliver you this. Leave you in strength and feeling empowered as we enter September. Have a great August, guys. I know you will. Please remember to like and subscribe so you see the future readings. Talk to you very, very soon.
So I guess the fortune teller's right.